Our reading today is a reading by Mother Teresa. If you'd like to follow along, it's number 562 in the back of your hymnals, number 562. Love cannot remain by itself. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. Whatever form we are, able or disabled, rich or poor, it is not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. A lifelong sharing of love with others. Here ends the reading.
Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, do you like that kind of greetings, by the way? So classic, right? And I don't like this also. I prefer to say, my dear brothers and sisters, because I'm feeling that, I am Imam, and I'm feeling that I am a part of the family here. This is very important, actually, because feelings are everything, I think. I am chaplain as well. I have been told these two words, intent and impact. I'm gonna come to that two words also, but I like to share one of my insights. I was speaking to the church community approximately 10-11 years ago. I was an imam of Turkish community in London. We had a neighbor church, Church of England, and we have been invited to this service. First time, imagine the nearby mosque has been invited by the church to speak to the church community. It is unusual, you know. And I took part of my congregation, Ahmet, Hassan, Mehmet, Ali, those are the Turkish and the Muslim names. And then I said to them, we have been invited to the church, nearby church, to join the service. They said, why? I said, I don't know, but we have been invited, you know. And they said, okay, suspiciously. And we went. At the end of the day, we went. And very friendly, I got an opportunity to speak to the congregation. At that time, very aged lady started to come up to the stage. I newly started to speak, but she is coming continuously, and when I'm carrying on, by the way, to speak, and then she came on to me and touch like this by contagious smile, and she said, Imam, you know what? For the first time in my life, I'm touching an imam, she said. I love that moment, you know. And then I said to her, it is not your fault. It is my fault, because I never been here before. And I don't expect you to come to our mosque, you know. Most of the mosque is They are not welcoming, unfortunately, and they are not open to the non-Muslims to see the service, to touch the people, you know. And at that moment, I understood something, you know. Oh, I am not a part of this family. I am isolated. I am walking with people in the park and everywhere, but at a glance, we are living together. Just at a glance. But we are not. We are not sharing. We are not sharing the time and food and... No, we are not sharing anything. And this is the awareness moment of my life for the first time. My sermon's name is Love is a Verb. I love this song. You know, I like to read the words. Love is a verb. It ain't a thing. It's not something you own. It's not something you scream. When you show me love, I don't need your words. Yeah, love ain't a thing. Love is a verb. So, you gotta show me that love is a verb. I love you. This is very classic, you know. Love is not just a Kiki, do you love me thing, you know. Love is a sort of do something, show me. I love you, show me then. How can I understand that you love me? Do you give me something that convince me, and then what is the proof that you love me? Most of the time I'm thinking that question, I am Muslim and what's my contribution to the society? That will be the proof that I love these people. Yeah, I was born and raised in Turkey, and I am coming from Sunni background, you know, the two mainstream Islamic understanding, in our terminology, Shia and Sunni. I'm coming from Sunni background. But at the same time, I'm coming from isolated society. Imagine when I was going to the divinity schools, from Georgetown University, there was a scholar, Thomas Michel, came to our schools to give lectures termly, and as Muslim students, we said that just only two words we know, we memorize from English, and saying that, Tom, go home. That means we don't like you. We are not ready to accept you, because we are not a part of the family. I'm highlighting this word. You're feeling that you're a part of the family? That's good. But you're not feeling like this, that's the problem. Yes, yeah. After graduation, I met Mr. Gulen, the Pennsylvania guy, maybe very, very famous on these days. Maybe you heard about him. He's Turkish as well. And he was very famous in Turkey as a scholar of Islam, and Sufi scholar, Sufi background, Rumi's follower. And I got an opportunity to meet him. I didn't know him deeply, and I expressed my feelings, my future plans and everything. He listened to me first. Then at the end of the conversation, he said, no offense, brother, but you have lots of dangerous ideas. And you are very dangerous. he said to me. I'm shocked. You know what? I'm not remembering what I said at that time, but as my body language, my spiritual atmosphere bothered him. And I said, what is your advice then? What is my problem first, you know? He said, are you coming from isolated society? What do you mean? I said, you know, for example, during your younghood, do you had any Christian friend? You're from Izmir, right? Izmir is a very well-known Christian background because one of the first seven churches in the Bible mentioned, you know, Smyrna, my hometown. I said no. Is that wrong? That problem? He said yes. And what about Jewish friend? What about the other faith tradition? Any agnostic, or, for example, any gay friend or any lifestyle? The others. You're saying that the others, the umbrella, the others. Okay. Do you have any friend from the others? I said no. I thought that, oh, I didn't remember, you know. And after this, as a doctor, you know, that he said, okay, your sickness is you are coming from isolated atmosphere. Okay, what's my remedy then? He said, go abroad and taste the others. Share with the others. I said, okay. And I got a bursary scholarship. And 15 years ago, I came here. Not here exactly, New York, Houston, Texas. St. Mary's Seminary, 35 priests, Catholic priests, only one imam. Imagine the classroom. First 3 months, the same question I asked myself. What are you doing here, Ahmet? What are you doing here? You know. And after 3 months, my biological father in Turkey passed away. And then I was a student, very narrow budget. I had no money to go to Turkey, bury my father, and come back. Almost $4,000 I was need. And I was crying at the corner of the seminary. The dean of the seminary, Father Donald Nesty, came on to me and asked historical turning points in my life. What's going on, Ahmet? Why are you crying? I expressed my situation. And he didn't say anything first. He sat down beside of me and he started to cry with me. I'm crying, he's crying. I'm crying, he's crying. I'm crying, but at the same time, I didn't understand why he is crying. We cried 15, 20 minutes without saying anything. And he said, Ahmed, do you allow me to be your new father? I said, yes, I need a father. And he hugged me and he said, you allow me, right? Yes. Then this is first order of your new father. Come with me. Took me to his room, gave me enough money to go to Turkey. by insisting, and send me Turkey and come back. First time in my life, from the others, one person taught me I am a part of the family. He was a Christian, could be, doesn't matter, could be an agnostic, could be a Jewish or the other faith tradition, or anybody could be. But I figured out that I am human first. And at the level of humanitarian that we have to go that level in order to understand each other clearly. At that level, there is no problem. I realize that. And recently, I visited my teacher, Mr. Gulen, and he asked me another question on these days, and he said, Ahmet, do you love Americans? Interestingly, this is a very interesting question. I am not actually yet, but I love to be an American. It is processing now. But the question is, do you love Americans? Oh. To Turkish person, this is a very weird question because during my younghood, I watched Dallas episodes. Like everybody in Turkey, I can count the names, Swellen, Bobby, Madam Ellie, many names. Every week, then focus on the black and white TVs and episodes. It's sort of lifestyle for us, and it's sort of, oh, look at these rich people, look at this, the plays, and then look at these intentions and something like this. Americans equal Dallas. Dallas episodes equal all Americans, this is a channel to understand each other. What do you expect me, And Mr. Gulen asked me, do you love Americans? I said, do I supposed to? He said yes. And he said, I'm just exactly what he said, I'm reading. Love is another just romantic thing. Love is ultimately an effort to be loved. Love is a channel to understand. People who share the same love understand each other more than who share the same languages. A heart has two specialities. It discovers and discoverable. In a long-time relationship, you cannot hide your heart, your intention. You cannot hide. If you don't love somebody from inside, but pretendly saying that, I love you, oh, what a wonderful, well, look at you, this beauty. No, if you don't feel like this, you never be loved, because heart discovers the others in a long-time relationship. If you don't be loved, you cannot communicate truly, because this is a channel to understand. Oh, I said yes. Now I understand. Then if I intend to communicate people, I love them. I need to love them first. Because this is the channel to understand each other. This is a kind of approach to love, actually. I like to share one of the, I'm finalizing, by the way, I don't want to be boring Imam today. My congregation always complaining me because I'm sometimes I'm cheating them. I'm remembering that I use that verse from Bible, you know them by their fruits, that Jesus Christ says. And one of the congregation came up to me after the sermon, said, "Oh, Imam, what a wonderful, what a wisdom, look at this beauty, you know, where can I find this verse in Quran?" I said, it is written in Bible, not in Quran. And the smiley face changed. And he said, what kind of Imam are you? You know, what are you talking about? And then I said, this is also another book of God. You know, don't worry about this. Be calm. Yeah, but people still not ready to understand because they are isolated. They are not feeling that they are a part of the family. They are not feeling that they are human first, then Muslim, then Christian, then Jewish, then blah, blah. Okay, European composer says, I love that, I love to share these words. Tell me I'm gonna forget. Don't expect me to remember if you tell me. But could you show me, if you show me something, I may remember, but it's not guaranteed. If you involve me into your life, into your quality time, into your food, then I will understand you. I have been invited to that beautiful atmosphere, and this is a sort of action. This is beyond that, oh, Imam, I love you too. No. How can I understand that you love me? I have been invited. And you're listening to me, you know, my boring sermon. And then you are smiling on me contagiously. And this is a verb, not saying just. Love is a verb. I'm finalizing. I like to give an example from my Istanbul. Maybe some of you been there. Say sort of Turkey, summarization of Turkey. Historical. The city belongs to Ottoman Empire. You know, almost thousands year a history you can find anywhere. And then I like to take you to public bath. It's sort of public bath, called Cağaloğlu Hamamı. We call that hamam, means bath, the public bath. It's a historical, 600 years old. There is an inscription in front of the door. But unfortunately, nobody understands because it is Ottoman language. I studied on it. And then even the owner, today's owner of the hammam, doesn't know what's written on it. Interestingly, by the way, what do you expect a public bath inscription? Let me help you. Good, very nice. And Why not? And then, or these 3 days for women, these 2 days for men. Yes, right? And what do you expect more? Look, let me read originally. Tînetin napak ise hayır umma germa beden. Önce tathiri kalp eyle, sonra tathiri beden. This is the Ottoman language. That means, literally means, if your heart and your intention is dirty, don't expect this building cleans your heart and your intention. Go clean your heart, your intention first, and come whenever you want, clean your body. Oh my God, what a powerful words. And I figured out that at that time, many hammams has these inscriptions. I found in Edirne, in Izmir as well, in Konya, the historical hammams. Oh, this is an example of intent and impact. Love is not just saying thing. Love is just not a romantic thing. Love is a verb, touching your heart, giving you a direction to do. And when I realized that, I said, okay, love is a action and verb. And I'm finalizing my words by Rumi. First time I applied to Christian seminary, one of the courses name, I figured out that the Rumi is taught. I said, oh, teacher, the lecturer, I'm coming from the Rumi's place. The Rumi is my Rumi. He spiritually slapped on me by saying that, Ahmet, no offense, but the Rumi is everybody's Rumi, Wisdom is wisdom. And I said, okay, but still I'm insisting, I'm coming from Turkey. And I am not ready to digest this reality, but yeah, yes. Rumi says, I am half, and I intend to make myself whole. My other half is you. What do you expect me to do? I need you. That's why I love you. And he's finalizing his words by saying that, talk about love or shh. Thank you very much.